Okay, it's live. We live. Cool. So what's going on, my people? My people. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Let's cut it out. What's going on? What's going on?
FBA
Simply
time.
beautiful. That's my cousin. Hard for me to remember that shit is because I be calling you cuz. You know? So what you want me to call you, cousin?
You can call me cousin.
There you go. I call her cousin or I call.
Yeah, is she on your father's side or mother's side?
His father.
Okay. Oh, you a little too. Okay. All right.
Yes.
You from South Carolina? Your family from South Carolina too?
We are all originally.
Yeah, we from South Carolina too. My father's side. Yeah. Charleston,
Yeah.
South Carolina. That's where my father's from.
South and North Carolina.
Oh, okay. In Georgia, my mother's side.
Basically the first DC.
Yeah. It didn't freeze on us, did it?
Hello?
You
Can
hear
y'all
me?
hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear.
She on mute. She's
I
on
can hear
mute.
you too.
Your cousin on mute.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to unmute. She got to unmute herself.
Yeah.
She got to unmute herself.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, cousin, you got to unmute yourself. But anyway, Daniel. So let's get into the deportation thing of with Donald Trump. Now here's a real question, because some of this stuff is really irritating me. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna post something up on the screen. And I did. If you out there, everybody, I posted our link in the chat. But this is irritating me. Now, here's the question: with the Mexicans and the Mexican flag, that's irritating me.
That's irritating to me too, because
And
if they really felt that way, they would go back to their country. They would have never came over here. How you gonna come to another person's
I
country
agree.
or home and wave another flag? Okay, and you're gonna have the nerve to burn the audacity to burn the American flag and protest. What you think is protest?
And
So
that's
if you
really
don't like it that
treason.
much, why are you over here?
Exactly. I don't understand it for the life of me, because
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
yeah, I don't understand it, because I was looking at what was going on in Los Angeles, of course. But look at this, man. This is in America, bro. We in America.
Yeah, this is
Like
disrespectful.
we in America. This is disrespectful.
Yeah, what
I
country
don't
you
care
can go
what.
to and do that? Go wave another flag in
Look,
another country and disrespect their country.
you can't do that in any country. You can't do that in any country. You know? Are you back,
So I'm gonna
cousin?
tell you what's going to happen with this. That's real. They really going to get deported now. They really, it's going to be really on now.
Well, I think one of the things is that they are turning everybody against them.
Yep.
Like
That's why I said it's gonna be really on.
But FBA, we were just like my stance was just like, this don't have anything to do with us. Like, you know what I mean? We were like, we're not standing with you. You didn't stand with us. So we're not standing with you. And we're not standing with no other group either.
Nope.
But for people who've been in the military, like you were in the military.
That's right.
Right? The people who's been in the military and fought for the country, which has been FBA all the way down to the 1700s. We fought for this country.
That's facts.
This is irritating.
Yeah, because in the military they have a thing called military code of conduct, and according to the military code of conduct, whatever country you go at, you're supposed to respect their flag. You're not even supposed to disrespect it.
And they are completely disrespecting the American flag. I had a clip. I was trying to get the clip and see could I play it of a police officer. He got so irritated he took the Mexican flag from the people.
Yeah, because that's just disrespectful. You see the audacity and the irony of it all. They fled from their country to come over here.
Right. And now they're lying and talking about they built America. They didn't build shit.
They didn't build nothing. That's another lie. Talking about they built America. We built America. We built America.
Exactly. They came over here and undercut it. They undercut the construction workers who were black and white at the time and came in and started doing it for a lot less money. And so
they undercut it and
the legal Mexicans, what made them want to go against the illegal Mexicans because the illegal Mexicans came in and undercut them like they did us.
Yup. That's facts. They undercutted every American citizen. They undercutted every citizen.
They did. So if a black construction worker was getting $45 an hour, they came in and said, "Hey, we'll do it. We'll do it for $20."
Yeah, and then they start taking over the construction sites. Yep, and then they started taking over
in after them. They came in after them and said, "We'll do it for $12."
Yep. Then they start taking over the construction. Then they start taking over construction sites, and the little black people that remain, they was disrespecting them and showing racism towards them.
Exactly. And believe it or not, they've been racist for a long time.
Yeah, they treat black people in their own country in Mexico like crap.
Right. That's right. So are you there, Jahari? Are you there? Because she's not muted now. But I can't hear her.
I can't hear her either.
Going on with her thing. Me neither. So, but here's the thing. It irritates me. It's very irritating. I heard one of them was saying America don't need to bite the hand that feeds them. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Oh man, they delusional. That sounds delusional to me.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
America didn't gain nothing from them being over here.
Right. So
only people that gain from them being over. The only people that gain from them being over here is corporations who want to cheap labor. They the ones that benefit. The regular average average citizen don't benefit with them being over here at all. Matter of fact, they're a liability. They're a liability for being over here.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just looking at them raise the flags on the freeways and all of this stuff. That's irritating. Now
it is irritating. It would
have been different if they had been down holding up American flags. But
yeah, it would have. That's facts. That's true.
They're representing Mexico.
Yeah. So if you represent Mexico, you need to be in Mexico. If you represent Mexico, you need to be in Mexico.
I was up. You know what irritated me too was the Nigerian parade.
Yeah.
Where
And
did they
they
have
had
that?
nothing but Nigeria. They had it over the summer. They had nothing but Nigerian flags up.
In the United States.
They had on Nigeria. They had on Nigerian colors, Nigerian flags. We the only country that allow this kind of stuff. And I'm with Trump. Shut it down.
Yep. Because you can't go to other countries
Shut it
waving another
down.
flag.
You cannot. You cannot. You know what I'm saying? Well, welcome to the podcast, my sister. We was looking for you. We said, what the hell happened to her? You know what I mean? but anyway, so I know you have some Hispanic friends out there, Jahari, living out there in California. And I'm not saying everybody all of messed up. I'm saying nobody they do not have any originality at all. So we say we FBA, so now they're trying to say that they F what, LA?
Yeah.
I mean, cut it out.
They like to
Cut it
copy
out.
us too.
The
People
only
copy
reason-
us.
Because
the only reason
they figure it worked for us. That's why.
and so they're gonna try to get it to work for them. But here's the thing: it doesn't work for them because here's the thing: they thought this is what they actually thought. They thought that they could pass through the white channel.
Yep, that's what they thought.
They thought they could pass through the little loophole and through the white channel and become a part of their group. And we've been telling them all along, you're not gonna never be a part of their group.
No.
Yep. And they know they a little mixed. They call them mestizos. They know they're a little mixed. They don't want nobody mixed. You know what I'm saying? Like them.
No, they don't. No, they don't. What you gonna
They
say?
want to pass for white. They want to be on. They want to be on white supremacy side.
Well,
unfortunately,
the reason why they had that name, and most of them don't know why they were classified as white. It really had to do with redlining and housing and whatever other benefits they can get. Well, it's not fair that we be considered like the black people. Back then, it was another name. So why can't we? Most of us are descendants of Spaniards who are considered Europeans. It was just the benefit that they were able to be classified as Caucasian.
Right.
Just like how we've been reclassified many a times with the various names.
And this the only name we sticking with at this point is FBA.
Because that's the only
FBA. And the reason because it connects to our lineage and there's no particular group. There's no group. It's just who we are. It is what it is. Now, but the thing is, yes, just let me ask you this, cousin. Does the flags irritate you? When you seeing them on the freeway, you out in California. Now we don't see this in Chicago. Are you seeing that stuff in Jersey?
Hell no. Hell no. I don't mean to say it like that. No. They wouldn't dare, brother. They wouldn't dare.
See, well, the reason why they wouldn't dare is another thing people don't understand. A lot of this is rooted in this is Mexico, California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, in their heads. This is Mexico. This is still part of Mexico.
Right. We took it from them. Right. We took it from them.
And so this is their notion that they belong here. And you have some that are actually foundational on this end who've always been here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I
ain't never met them.
It's quite a few of them.
Yeah, because California used to be. I think what the sister said. You talking about when California used to be a part of Mexico or something?
Right.
Are you talking about that?
There are still descendants from that time.
Yes. San Antonio, California.
That have always been here.
Yeah. That makes a little sense. I mean, when it was called when California was a part of
But
Mexico
where were they at?
and all those, yeah,
They
and they
were
never
all
left. They stayed in that
But
region.
where were they
When
at?
it
all
separated, they
throughout
stayed.
exactly. They were
I'm asking cousin, where were they at?
pretty much all over. Especially
Can you?
San Fernando. If you look
Uh,
anywhere, if you think of the names, San Fernando.
That's Spanish.
right.
These were the areas that they were the most prominent. Griffith
Yeah,
Park,
San Bernardino. And it's a thing called San Bernardino.
San Bernardino, San Fernando.
San
These
Bernardino.
San
Yeah, that's
Bernardino.
Spanish.
Yeah.
That's Spanish.
Yeah.
So
They was
these
in
are
that part though. They
Yeah.
weren't. They weren't in the other parts of the states. They were not in Chicago. They were not in Philadelphia, New York. None of that stuff.
no, just the regions that was closer to Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah. They had crossed over the borders back then. Mhm.
Yep.
Now, here, y'all give us a good history, but here's the thing. I went to the Jewels tonight, right? And the Jewels I go to is down here near the lake because I live near the lake. I'm in Chicago, just so you know. Shout out to my brothers out in California. I grew up, I was out there for like 18, 19 years. Shout out to my brothers Tariq, Frankie Boy, and all of them, uh, uh, Shorty Mac, all of them dudes out there, man. But here's the thing, and I'm going to shout out the other ones later, but Conley A, Mr. C. When I went to Jules, across the street from Jules, it's called Lake Meadows. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with that.
That sounds familiar. That
But
sounds
there's a
familiar.
lot of Pakistanians and Hindus or Indians, they call them, because they're not really Indians. And they live across the street from there. They go to schools and all that, right? And then you got the Nigerians. Now, in the summertime, when I went to the store, all you saw in the store was Nigerians and Pakis and the Indians, and they even cater the store. You know how they do in an area, they will cater a store to what a certain particular groups need, right? So if they eat a lot of lamb, then and goat, you go to the meat section, you'll see a lot of it, right?
Right.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Well, I went a couple of days ago. I ain't see no Africans, no Nigerians, no Pakis. No, I ain't see none of that shit. Today, I saw none of that shit today. All I saw was FBA and some white people. They don't even consider themselves white people. They don't say, "Oh, I'm a white person." Nope. They was like, nope, I'm Italian."
Well, I'm Irish. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm Irish. They don't just say I'm white.
That's
I don't know
true.
who came up. Jesse Jackson came up with African American, but we're the only group of people that come in and identify. Oh, we're African American. Nope, we're not African. We ain't never been African. My ancestors ain't come from Africa. We don't know nothing about that shit. The bottom line is, I could go back in the 1950s, and this real talk. On my mother's side, my grandfather brought 375 acres in Mississippi. We still own them acres today. 375 acres he brought in the 50s and 40s. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff I feel like is not true, cousin.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with my situation. My grandfather has land, but his other children, his other family got the land. My mother and them didn't get the land, but he had two sets. He had two sets of families. You know what I mean? His second family got the land. You know what I mean? And then on my father's side, they had land too. But my aunt, my grandfather's sister got the land after he died. So my aunt and my father and them missed out on that too. So that's that with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we did use the word. I'm gonna be honest with you. We did use the word African because both of my mother's side and father's side, that was part of the AME church, the African Methodist Church.
Well, who named it that?
Richard Allen and Absalom Jones. They started the African church in Philadelphia, but it spread to.
But they only named
Hello?
it that because they believe we was from Africa. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's why they did that. Yeah, that's why they did that.
Yeah, because they believe.
And then you had the thing with the. And then you had the thing with the. Then you had the thing with the Masons. Before they were called. No, listen, brother. Before they was called Prince Hall Masons, they was called the African Lodge.
Who named it that?
What's the guy that started? What's his name? Prince Hall started that. He started that African Lodge thing.
Right, because even back then they thought we originated from Africa, and some of us might have, but a lot of us.
Yeah, but it was a small percentage. It was a small percentage of us that originated from Africa. It was a small percentage. It wasn't a big percentage that came from Africa. That's true.
So even in the slave trade, it wasn't a big percentage of us came from Africa.
No, it wasn't. But I will admit though, I do have African ancestry. The reason why I know that because my mother's father was Gullah Geechee, and my father's side is Gullah Geechee. And in Gullah Geechee culture, we have certain traditions that they got from their African ancestors. Like the thing they eat is called red rice. Red rice is made the same way as rice jollof. They eat a thing called okra soup, and they do basket weaving the same way they do in Africa. There's certain things, you know what I mean?
True.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a mixture of that. I'm mixed. I'm indigenous. Listen, brother, I'm indigenous.
But I'm not saying
I have indigenous ancestry from America, and I also have ancestry from Africa. I'm mixed. I'm an amalgamation of all that.
What part of Africa are you from?
Well, I think according to Gullah Geechee, a lot of us have Sierra Leone ancestry, and it was different ethnic groups of Africans that they mixed up with. Plus, they mixed up with the indigenous, the Seminoles. They mixed up with Seminoles too. Seminoles are the black people that was already here. That was indigenous to this land called America.
Indians, but Indians. But the thing
but
is,
they were black though. These people were black. The Seminoles were black.
I don't. If you let them tell it, the story of the slave ships, I don't think they came from Sierra Leone.
I said a certain percentage came from there. I didn't say the whole percentage. I said a certain percentage.
Now, okay, cousin, are you here there, cousin?
I am. I hear.
Is she gone again?
Okay. No, I'm here.
Yeah. So what percentage of blacks came from Sierra Leone? Cousin.
It was a small percentage. It wasn't a real big percentage.
Can you hear me?
But when I saw they came from, yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what our communication is tripping, but anyway, we just got to ride.
What it was, they imported rice plant. What it was, they imported people who were rice farmers.
Daniel. I'm saying, but all I'm saying is that the ships supposedly that came from Ghana and Mali.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. But Sierra Leone used to be a part of Mali, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Sierra Leone used to be a part of Mali. They kept changing because when Africa got colonized, they kept changing the names.
Yeah.
I think Sierra Leone used to be a part of Mali. Huh?
Though these names are Sierra Leone. I've never heard that it changed.
No, it did. That's not the original name of that country. It's not.
Mali's name is still the same. So what's the
original?
I know, but when it got colonized, they broke off a couple of countries from there.
Okay, go ahead, cousin.
It used to be called Maliland, I believe. There is plenty of places. Nigeria has a different name.
Yeah, not like Nigeria. That's not the original name of that country.
No, it's
they
not.
Changed that.
They always do it. Their name was just called nigga. Well, what's the original name? Because Nigeria is really it's just a long version of nigga. It was a white lady who named it.
Yeah, she's really calling them niggas. That's what she was saying.
That's it. A city full of niggas.
Well, they used to call Ghana the Gold Coast. You know, I don't know what the Ghana.
No,
Ghana. Matter of fact, Ghana's name is indigenous. Matter of fact, Ghana's indigenous. That's an indigenous name. That's not a white man's name.
What you say, cousin?
Nigeria has went through several name changes.
For the last 50 years, what was they called?
Well, Nigeria.
Okay. So the last 100
If
years.
you think about when they were incorporated as an actual place, they've went through several name changes. Royal Niger, Central Sudan, Niger Empire.
But it might have been less than a million that came from Africa. It might have been less than a million that came from Africa to the United States. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a big percentage. I can tell you that.
Back then, it was called the Slave Coast. It had no name, just the Slave Coast.
Yeah. I know Ghana was called the Gold Coast.
You know. Right. Well, the bottom line is we not from there. If you from there, Dan, I wish you the best of luck with that shit.
No, I said I'm not from there. Listen, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. I have a small percentage of. I have ancestry from this. Like I got a little bit of European ancestry. That don't mean I'm a European. You get it?
Hey, listen, Johnny Cash had African in his DNA.
Yeah, I know. Some Europeans or white Americans that got African ancestry. That doesn't even really mean a lot like that. You know what I mean? You know
what it really means?
Go ahead.
You know what it means? There's fucking on the ships.
Yeah, they were.
Ships
they were
moving around the world. There's fucking on the ships. That's all that shit.
Yeah,
means.
And then when they got here, they were screwing too. The indigenous black people were screwing the Africans. They came from on the ship. They were screwing each other.
But I'm not even talking about slave ships. I'm talking about all ships.
Yeah, when they traveled. Yeah, that's like
you're trading.
Right. Yeah, they was messing with the women, the local women.
Listen. One of the oldest professions in the world is pimping.
That's true. So when I was in the Navy, when I was in the Navy, every country.
No, listen. When they was doing trading, they was also trading women.
That's true too. That's facts. That's true.
That's just the truth. This is just the stuff that they don't want to talk about. They say pimping is the oldest confession, and hoeing is the oldest confession in the world.
That's facts. That's true.
So you ain't got enough. I want her. That's what they did. But you ain't got enough. Okay, what about her? Okay, you take her, and we take the goods. All countries did that.
Yep. All world travelers did it. When they travel to different countries.
And it's unfortunate.
Like when I was in the Navy, when we traveled to different countries.
My cousin Joanne killed a couple of them.
Yeah. And self-defense. And self-defense.
Yeah, it's self-defense.
Yep.
So when you was down in the Navy, you saw a whole lot of this stuff anyway.
Yeah, when the brothers get off when the people get off them ships, what do you think they be doing? They be screwing the local women.
Exactly.
You gotta remember, they out there for 6. You out there on deployment for 6 months. You ain't get. You ain't. They got women on the ship though. You know what I'm saying, but they would.
So you talking about no matter where they went. So that means the women knew they were coming.
Yep, that's facts.
Right. And the women knew they was about to get some money.
Yep.
So when they saw that Navy boat pull up, yacht pull up, or ship pull up, they knew they was about to get some money.
Yep.
Right?
I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. The ones who was doing the tricking, was was our white counterparts. We ain't paid for nothing.
But,
I don't mean
yeah.
I don't mean no harm for
Yeah.
saying that, but I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, the WSs. Yeah, I get it. I'm not even mad. But okay, so I said I ain't even mad at it. So let me ask you this, cousin. Does it irritate you when you see those Mexican flags? Cousin, you got to stop jumping in and out. I don't know what she's doing. That's my little cousin, but she be doing 10 things at one time all the time.
I don't see it too often up here, but down in LA, I know that it's happening, but it's common for them. Their holidays, days of games, days of boxing matches, when they're boxing matches, for them to ride around with their flags.
And do you think that we need to get that shit out of America? You live in America. If you love your country that much, go back there. That's how I look at it now.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it too. If you love your country so much, go back there and make it.
But I'm asking cousin,
work it out.
Go back there. That's right. If Nigerians running around, jumping all around with their flags, go back there.
For me, with the Nigerians and pretty much people from countries isn't developed, when they come here and they tell you, "Oh, my country's so beautiful," and you're like, "Why the hell are you here?"
Yeah, why'd you leave?
The economics.
It was the economics. Let's listen, brother. I was in Ghana. They're not just the economics. They don't have the amenities that we have over here. They don't have the comforts we have over here. Like if you go to Ghana, when I was in Ghana, they had power outages. The power it's not like here. The internet runs all day. The power runs all day. Their stuff shuts off, and it gets shut down for hours.
Okay, and so you know what I would do if I was a leader that was really interested in turning my country around? You got to get a little tough. All of you who went abroad for school, the UK, the United States, you come return home. We form a council to get the economy going. These are your people you put on your commission for planning. Okay? And if you don't come home to build your own country, this isn't your country no more. So if that country kicks your ass out, you don't have a country to come back home to. Plus, your people will be taxed even higher.
Then another thing
you send back home with the education they got abroad and build your country.
Okay. Another thing I've seen that's better over here versus over there. You know how if you try to get somebody to build your home, you trying to get a home built up, they take forever to build their stuff up. Okay. You can get a project done. It might take 10 years for it to get done, maybe longer than that. Like here, if they do a project, they work on it right away when it's supposed to. They don't do that in Africa. That's another downfall of Africa.
The thing is so it takes them a long time to actually start to go into development, basically.
Yep, that's facts.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The reason
they act like they're not on a timeline or nothing.
Well, that's because they depended on other people's money.
Yeah.
That's what that is. You know, when you're depending on somebody else's money, then it makes a little bit of a difference. But let me ask you this, though.
They like to keep. They like to accuse us of being.
Let's move on.
Can I say this one point? Also, they like to accuse us of being lazy. To me, it's laziness. That's part of it too. Okay, they got the audacity to call us lazy. But when we work on a project, it works on them immediately.
Common sense tells you if you go to another country, you fled a country to go to another country, you're the lazy one.
Yeah, that's what I look at it. They lazy. They the ones that's lazy, not us. Because we didn't flee.
So now let me ask you this. No, we didn't think we fought. But let me ask you this: what do you all think about? To switch your subjects, that 14th Amendment thing with Donald Trump.
Well, that's true because the 14th Amendment applies to our ethnic group. It don't apply to illegal immigrants. It applies to descendants of slaves. That's what it says. It applies to the slaves, to the freedmen. That's what it applied to. We are freedmen. It don't apply
Freeman.
to legal
Right.
immigrants or green card holders.
But they've used that loophole for a long time, and that's why we are where we are today.
Yeah, but it's not. They can't even use that loophole. That's why Donald Trump is going to take it to the Supreme Court, and they're going to. If they look at it, it does not apply to illegal immigrants. It applies to freedmen, descendants of slaves, freedmen. It don't apply to no other group. It don't apply to no other ethnic group, but our ethnic group.
But they've been using it.
I know they've been using the deceitfully. They've been using it because nobody challenged them. But Donald Trump is challenging them on that.
But what she said, listen, the court just shot it down. They just shot down Donald Trump stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna have to go a different route. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's gonna have to go a different route. But you know, a cousin, she popped up. I don't see her. But here's the thing. How about and I agree with you on the 14th Amendment. It's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not for everybody. And even the blacks who didn't vote for Trump, now they trying to be like, oh yeah, I like what he's doing. So if
that's true,
young blacks, if y'all want to get real jobs, this is the time to go get them.
Yep.
This is the time to go get the job. Listen, these people are not even showing up for work. They are not showing up at the offices.
That's true.
I was watching these brothers. They're talking about a meat factory that they work for, and they made good money. He said they came into work and wasn't nobody there but about.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that too.
He said other than that, it'd be like 200-300 people there.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes to show you. The problem is that American business owners don't want to play by the rules either.
No, they don't. They want cheap labor. That's what the problem is. They want cheap labor.
They want cheap labor. They don't want to play by the rules. And I believe that.
And they're the ones that bought off the politicians. They're the ones that bought off the
start hiring black people. You got to start hiring people, Americans again, not just black people, but Americans.
Yeah, they don't want to pay us what we worth. So they know we're not going to go for that chump change. That's what that is. They know we're not going to go for that chump change.
They're not going to pay us what we worth because if you've been on a job for 20 years, if you've been on a construction site or any job for 20 years, you know your value keeps going up at that job.
That's true. That's facts.
Let's just keep it a buck. So if you don't even have to have an education, and I've been on there 20 years, and I've been doing nothing but roofing or flooring.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've been doing steel beams for 20 years, bro, on high-rise buildings. Mm-hmm. I want $60 an hour. I'm at $65 an hour. Then the Mexican
my father was in the carpenters union.
The Mexican comes in and goes. The Mexican will come in and came in and said, "I'll do it for 20."
Yep, that's what happened.
And it knocks the brother out.
Yep,
that's what happened. Now the illegals came in and said, "I'll do it for 12." Now the Mexicans are mad.
Yep.
So when they
those illegals, reason why illegals was able to do that,
they did not vote. They did not vote against their own interests. The illegal Mexicans voted for their own interests.
That's true.
And that's to get the illegal ones out.
Yep. Because the illegals will live in one apartment. 100 will live in one apartment. So they'll do that $12. They don't mind doing that.
They do that, but that's kind of like a myth. That's kind of like a myth. Because up here, I mean, I've seen a bunch of them live in one house, and I
I
get
seen it
that.
up
But
in
I also
Jersey. I
seen
seen it.
them.
I seen it with the Africans. I
But
seen
I've
people from
seen
Africa
them.
doing that.
I seen 3 houses in a row with a whole bunch of family members. 3 houses in a row
Damn.
that they actually got. So in them 3 houses, it might be 20 people, but
Wow,
they
that's a
all
lot.
working.
Yeah.
But that's 3 houses. That's 3, 4 bedrooms in each house and a basement. You see what I'm saying?
So they willing to sleep
So
on the
they were
floor and
seeing
everything.
the money, but they get the cots. They buy the cots. They go to get the cots. Let's see what the cots. And they put 5,
Oh yeah,
6
that makes
cots
sense.
in the basement. But they were seeing the money. They were sending the money over to Mexico to get them here.
Yep, that's true.
So you got to understand that the legal ones was funding the illegal ones.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Relatives.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of immigrants
And
do
the
that. They send
same
money to their
thing,
home. Lot of immigrants do that. They send money to their home country. Because
all of them do.
yeah, I had friends from the continent. They were sending money to their home country in Africa. That's what they do. You know, that's
All
yeah.
of them
They
do.
all do it.
All
Pretty
of them
much
do.
all of them do it.
But
Yeah.
FBAs, we got to get on the same code. We got to get on the same rhythm at this particular
Yeah,
time.
we do. We got to support
We got
ourselves.
to let these youngsters know. We got to let these youngsters understand the fact that you have to identify as an FBA person first before you identify with any other group of people, and that includes
That's facts. That's
gang
facts.
members, anything. We got niggas running around here talking about they vice lords.
Yeah, that
And talking
don't
about
make no
they want to
sense.
be leaders.
Yeah, that don't add
How
up.
you
That's like
represent a
mixing oil and
gang?
water.
Yep. And I ain't knocking the vice lords, but how you represent a gang that has done damage to other FBA people?
And killed more people than the Ku Klux Klan.
You can't. And say I want to be a leader. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
You got to
want
give
to liberate.
something up, brother.
Yeah, you want to liberate. You want to be a liberator of black people, but you at the same time you want to be part of an organization that killed more black people than the Ku Klux Klan.
You can't do it. You can't do that. That doesn't make sense.
Don't mix. Either for liberation or you're not.
And I want everybody to know that hey, listen, the flag that we got up was Tariq Nasheed, all that stuff. Y'all want to go to his site and then y'all can order these flags. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna order a few of them myself.
Me too.
You know, for your own, you know, for your own personal things. Also, along with microphone check and all that kind of stuff. You can get all that stuff on his site. So I'm with all of that stuff. He's a brilliant brother. I've been knowing a brother for like 30, 40 years. And but the bottom line is, man, we have to get on code.
That's right. He is a very brilliant person to come with
people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said he is a very
ahead,
brilliant person because he let us know that we are our own ethnic group. You know, for years we was thinking that we was all part of the, we all was part of the African, Pan-Africanism and all that stuff, and found out that that stuff is a pipe dream. It's not real. But they don't even practice Pan-Africanism on the continent of Africa. They don't even practice that crap. So they go by the ethnic group, and we going by our ethnic group, FBA. That's what we are.
Right. Listen. What was I going to tell you? The whole thing is, man, we have to grow to get to where we want to go.
Yeah. We also got to dispel that.
It takes. Hold up. I'm not done.
Okay, good. Yes, sir.
It takes our generation to start feeding this stuff into the next generation, and then to actually the generation after that, which is my grandkids. Like, they need to know because I fed it to their fathers, but they need to understand who they are. They are FBA. They need to understand that. So when somebody says, "Oh yeah, but you're African," I'm not African American.
That's right.
I'm, I'm, I'm foundational Black American, but on top of that, I'm American.
That's right. Because to
You know what I mean?
piggyback what you were saying, you could take an Irish person that's American. He don't say Irish American. They say I'm American. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What we
Right.
call white people, they call themselves American. They don't say they some other type of American. So why we gotta call ourselves African American? Why can't we
Right.
just be American like everybody else?
Like everybody else. What you think? What you think about that, cousin?
I miss
Are
most.
you there? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you missed most of it. But the bottom line is we're talking about just like Americans. Like you don't hear Italians say, "Oh, I'm Italian American. I'm Irish American." You don't hear that. So
German
Well,
American.
we don't.
because
Why are
because
we're
they
German
have
American. We don't want to. We're not African American.
they have assimilated into just whiteness because it's more beneficial.
It is, but you know what? When you talk to an Italian and you say, "Oh yeah," but you white, he said, "Oh, I'm Italian." He'll tell you in a minute
That's
he
true. Some
Italian.
of them do say that. Some do say that.
He'll be like,
I
"Oh,
had an
yeah,
Italian, I had a
now, boom,
Sicilian dude tell me he
I'm
ain't white.
Italian." Hold up, Daniel. Daniel,
Okay,
you
my
can't
fault.
talk over
My
over
fault.
everybody.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
You you have a Italian to say no. You be like, "Oh man, you just white." He said, "No, but I'm Italian." They'll tell you that, even though they will take the benefits of being white. But if you talk to them, they'll tell you in a minute, "No, I'm Irish," because a lot of Irish people don't like Italian people, and vice versa.
And
But we never really asked them.
that's no different than the flat blackness. The same thing with other cultures. And when they get here, oh, I'm black. Because if there's a program, if there's anything that they can benefit from, they're going to do it and say, yeah, I'm black. I'm a person of color. I've never subscribed to that. I've always corrected people when they refer to me as a person of color because I know what that means. You're in the basket with everybody else. No. But when you speak to them, they get you straight. I'm Dominican. I'm from Guyana.
Yep,
I'm from here. I'm from
yep,
there.
yep. That's true. They'll tell you in a minute. I'm not
I
black,
heard.
but you want,
I know a
but
Jewish
you
guy
want,
told me he was.
but you want to,
Okay.
but you want to hear you want to reap the black benefits of being
And
black.
have because that was our bad. Being so welcoming because it's exhausting when you fight and you're the only ones fighting. It's exhausting. So it's, oh, they look like us. They're our people. You invite them in your neighborhoods, invite them in your culture. Nobody ever thought to close the door.
Right, right. We're not closing the door up until now.
But
That's true.
You know what I mean?
but the problem is, why is everyone mad at that? Why is that such a big issue that we say, hey, we're going to focus on ourselves and our issues? Isn't that every racist talking point? Oh, fix your own community, fix your own people. And when we say fine, that's what we're going to do, they're mad.
I
Yeah, well, they're
think
so
they're
used to us
mad
being Captain
because,
Save-A-Ho. That's what that is. They were so used to us being Captain Save-A-Ho.
That is true. That is very true. So
and I think they also mad because um, they were able to,
finesse for so
kind of
long.
stand next to us,
Hmm.
but with the knife behind their back because they wanted to get ahead of us, and
Hmm.
so they would they would be friends with us until they would see that they was looking for that nod for the white people to say, come on in, and then they leave you standing outside, and that's how it's been with every culture we let into our culture. You know what I mean? Their ultimate
And
goal
then we
was to
let them tell us that we don't have no culture.
We had it was to use all the knowledge we had to gain favor with these other people, and we told them they don't like you like that, and now they're showing them they don't like them like that, and we sit back going, get the popcorn. We've seen this movie 1,000 times.
But they're getting a wake-up call.
They never liked you like that. Man, but they getting it in a major way where they got to leave the country.
Yep.
Now tell me,
it's the same thing with us.
Not a wake-up call.
Yeah, we had to get our tether wake-up call.
Yeah, we did. We definitely had to get that. We didn't know that they was behind our back,
stabbing us in the back,
the blood out of us and stabbing us in the back. We didn't know that. We thought they was our friends.
That's true.
Because they came from Africa. We didn't know that they was giving the police and all of them people ammo on us. We didn't know they was the snitches. We didn't know that. You know what I'm saying, cousin?
Yeah.
We didn't know that. We just thought, hey, that's a booba. A booba is my brother. A booba ain't shit.
And so now that we
deport his bitch ass,
that this isn't our problem, what do you do? What do we do as a community in the meantime? What is the most important thing?
Come together and start building our own cities.
But we have enough of the
property.
We have enough of these talk. When is someone gonna actually? When is the plan?
We're working on it.
The action really,
but it's
because we've been talking just the same
the
that people say we've been marching forever. We've been having these talks forever as well. When does?
But here's the thing:
the time come to
they're
implement.
doing it now. This is what I be trying to tell everybody. They're doing it, cousin.
I know.
Because we never did. We are doing it because we never delineate like this. We always came to people AIDS, and now we delineating. We never did that before.
But think about it. It's the black girls that brought 500 acres. It's another group that brought 2,000 acres. It's another group. I'm looking at Boosie. He brought all them acres. I was shocked to see basketball players buying a Hill played for San Antonio. He got 800 acres. So we are buying it. It's about what we're gonna do with it.
Right.
Right? So doing something with it means we're gonna start building homes on it. We're gonna build restaurants on it. We're gonna build have our own livestock, our own vegetables, our own gardens, all of this stuff. We need to do it for those purposes where we're like literally creating food. You know?
Yeah.
So what do we?
And only that, another benefit. Another benefit of buying land and getting back into agriculture, we can grow our own cotton to make our own clothes and everything. Our own everything. It will make us self-sufficient.
Well, who gonna pick the cotton?
That's the question.
They got machines for do that now. They got you.
Yeah, well, you better come with the machines because ain't no black niggas. They ain't picking no fucking cotton. Cotton is a goddamn curse word. That's goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling the truth. You know, we could order some goddamn what do you call it, cousin? When you order the stuff to make clothes with the material.
Mm-hmm.
We ordered.
Well, as long as that picking cotton machine doesn't come from China, because they said you guys are on your own. We're not sending you any parts, anything you need. And this was the problem with everybody running to other countries because it was cheaper. Now, what do we make? What do we produce?
Don't produce nothing no more.
We got a problem over here, cousin. I mean, but Trump is trying to clear it up, but we got a problem. Let's just call it for what it is. We can't too dependent. I mean, I could go on there on the Chinese site and I can get 4 hats for like $20. You know, skull hats for the winter.
Mm-hmm.
The same $20. If I went to an American company, it was $19.99 plus tax. So I brought it from China. So we just gonna have to get over it and say, hey, to build up the American companies, we gotta start buying American companies. That's black and white companies. Let's keep it a buck. We gotta start buying from them.
That's facts.
Now, what?
Because we benefit from that. We benefit from that. We benefit from that because we live here.
More people.
Yep, that's more jobs.
You know what thing America makes? I'm gonna tell you what America makes. They make weapons and guns.
Sure, we can eat and
that
wear
every country buys except for China. But they do. We make weapons, guns, and ammo.
That's true.
And every country buys from us but China. And Iran, they buy from China and Russia. So really, the truth is the biggest market and the reason why they walked away from the farming and all that stuff, because they put all their money into selling weapons.
Yeah, military weapons.
Military weapons. They put all the money into that. That's what made everybody, most of them, billionaires.
Yeah.
You know? So they looked at the little guy who's making t-shirts and the hats. Bro, you know, we ain't really messing with you like that, bro. Like, I can make what you make in 2 days. I can make 200 billion or 200 million by selling these weapons right here. So you cause a conflict with another country because they got to buy your weapons to defend off the conflict from the other people that you got to start the conflict with them. That's what we've been doing all along.
Good old.
Well, they make money off of war. You know? They make money. War is a business.
War is a business.
How do you guys feel about Trump saying that the U.S. is going to take ownership of Gaza?
I
have no dog in that fight. I have no dog in that fight.
I don't either.
Well, I got mixed feelings about it because I don't. On one side, I'm looking at it like we funded it.
We did.
We funded it. So if anybody should take over it, it should be us.
I agree. I agree with that.
Why would Trump want his legacy to be tied to genocide? I wouldn't. If I was him, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. And he is kind of justified for doing that because they were giving, money to different countries,
for nonsense.
Not justified for no genocide.
But not genocide. I'm saying taking over the God. Maybe there might be some justification for that. I don't know. All I know is that I don't have a dog in that fight.
What the justification is, you actually do, but you don't see it. The justification is we funded it.
Yeah, that's true.
America funded the whole thing. So
that's true. Saying, that's facts.
We funded it. Then that shit belongs to us. Right?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna come in, we're gonna build it, and we're gonna do what we want with it. That's what he's saying. For all the billions of dollars that Israel owes America, this is how we gonna get our money back from y'all. We taking that shit over. So from that, I'm not really mad at it.
Yep. Can I ask you a question? What y'all think about President Trump might do away with the income tax?
I think that's a good.
I think it's a good thing too.
I don't think FBA should be paying any taxes on anything.
Because actually, income tax is unconstitutional according to the 16th Amendment. It's unconstitutional. That got passed to 1913 with the IRS. That's when they came about in 1913.
That's true. You're right. You ain't lying. And then they taking our income tax money and spending it in other countries.
Yeah. So previously,
Israel.
Trump is really going back to the original way. When they didn't have income tax, they made money off of tariffs. That's how they originally made money.
Have you guys been keeping up with all the things that shows what U.S. aid has been paying for?
No, give us a rundown, cousin, because I know you know.
I don't know.
Break it down to it.
I don't know the specific number, but let's say 400 million to Gaza for condoms, according to Trump.
That's crazy. Wow.
According to Trump, this is to keep them because disease and all of this, but they're making bombs out of condoms, from what I understand. And American tax dollars have been funding this. We fund the Jewish Family Services to the tune of maybe 600 million a month, not a year.
What?
A month.
How? Repeat that again.
Yes, it's renewal.
Can you repeat that again?
Jewish Family Services, Lutheran Family Services. There's millions and millions of dollars going into these programs. And if you think about what these churches are doing, immigrant programs, some of the people are saying the money gets to them and some are not. But this is taxpayer money, U.S. aid. This is what you pay your taxes for.
Wow, that's deep.
Million?
A month.
And then they got this nerve to say they can't pay us reparations. Get out of here.
Not once a year. Not once.
600 million a month?
Renewable every month.
That's a little over $500 million. A little over $500 million.
That's insane.
Wow, that's crazy.
There was one, toilets for Africa. Another 600 million to put toilets, because they go to the bathroom in the streets out there. Toilets for Africa.
Not all
but this
of them.
is the tax dollar.
Yeah, Ghana, they had toilets. I didn't see that in Ghana. I'm gonna be honest. When I was in Ghana, I didn't see people going to the bathroom streets.
This was a real thing. I thought it was a joke.
No, in Liberia they do. It is some African country. They do go to the bathroom in the streets.
Daddy.
Okay.
Right, but let Cuz talk. Let her go ahead.
Okay.
Go through it, Cuz.
I thought it was a joke, but it was a real thing. So we know that modernizing the place it's not the way you can go to a bathroom here and there's a bathroom everywhere. No. Old habits die hard. They do still defecate in the street. There are signs all over Nigeria that ask the people, please do not defecate in the streets. They do.
Are you
and
serious?
So there was a program through U.S. aid where they're getting $1 gazillion for toilets for Africa, to put toilets and modernize. And we're paying for that shit.
What?
Yeah, I saw something with Liberia. They was doing that in Liberia, defecating in the streets and all that stuff. They were doing that in Liberia also.
Oh, that's crazy.
But we got
plus you got it.
But we
plus
got
when I was okay, go ahead.
How do we get everything from Africa and they're still so far behind a lot of the things that we don't do those things?
No, we don't. We get nothing from Africa.
But you let them tell it.
We get right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we get nothing.
Yeah, because George Bush Jr. He gave them money to build one of their highways in Ghana. It's called the George Bush. They named it after George Bush. It's called the George Bush. I think it's called the George Bush Highway. This is in Ghana.
Okay.
And plus in Ghana, a lot of roads are not developed.
Okay.
They have a few roads that's developed.
He didn't build it.
You'll be riding on some rocks and stuff.
He didn't build it because he loved the people.
That's true. That's fact.
If he built it It was because they got USA to grant XYZ $1 million, right? Some of it went to this road,
Right.
and then some of it goes in pockets to keep the leaders of those countries happy so that we can continue to exploit and manipulate you guys for our own agenda. This is what this is.
That's true. That's true.
This is
They
not.
still got a lot of roads that's not developed. I mean, you be riding on some rocks and all this stuff. I'll tell anybody, if you go to Africa, especially Ghana, I wouldn't recommend you to drive. You better get you a driver because you don't know what you might be riding on.
Yeah. Well, we won't be funding any of that. They let Elon Musk do his thing, and all of that is on pause. Nobody's getting anything. So if they do away with the IRS taxes, then how much money do you think that free up for the people?
A lot.
But what do you think that do for security?
It beats up major security.
Well,
it pays for it.
If you look at it, it's like you wash my back, I wash yours. If you think of it in terms of security, people on the ground, you need to be eyes and ears spies in other countries, right. Things of that nature. And a lot of times we talk about the right and wrong of a situation, but also you're not in charge of security. And some of the thoughts that people have, I wouldn't want them in charge of security because you also have to think about that. If I live here in the U.S., I don't want the U.S. bombed. We're the only country that's been fortunate enough not to have our country bombed. No one can tell that story, that you have to walk to school with bombs flying in your head. So I would want my country to be strong in that aspect, whether it's spy stuff, getting a sellout in another country to make sure they don't line up with another country to come attack us. People don't look at it from that aspect.
No, they don't.
You got to have friends. You can't go pissing everybody off.
True. That's crazy. So what else, cousin? What else is we missing? I didn't know they was doing $600 million a month. That's crazy. That's insane.
You know what the bizarre thing about it? They claim they ain't got no money to give us our reparations.
Okay, I'm about to break it down for the media. So when Trump got inaugurated, they invited podcasters, the alternative media, not legacy media. Because when you go through the U.S. aid and see that Politico got $4 million a month from them, this means if the government is funding you and give to the tune of that amount of money, whatever they want you to say, you're going to say, and whatever we don't want you to say, they're not going to say.
Right.
So it's all propaganda, and Politico is some other ones too. They're not the only ones. We're giving them $4 and $5 million a month. That's why the taxes is the way that it is. We're paying everybody and everything.
Oh, that's crazy.
It sounds like to me it's wasted spending.
It is. That's why Trump said
it's been wasted spending.
Basically, what's going on is a major U.S. audit that has never happened.
Okay.
That's what's happening. And a lot of people are mad about it.
Like and subscribe, y'all. That's right.
Meaning Democrats are mad about it because that kickback money, they're not going to get it.
No, they're not going to get it. Trump's shutting it down. He shut it down.
Yeah, it's shut down.
They're not going to get it. It's shut down.
Can I ask you a question? You think this might put a stop to them being career politicians? Like you've been congressmen for 30 or 40 years?
Oh, yeah. It does no one any good to have, like Mitch McConnell. Every time he comes to the Capitol, he's falling down. He fell down today. It's time for somebody to tell Grandpa to go home. It is enough.
One time he was looking like a zombie.
If you need people to hold your hand together, you should not be making it's okay to go on. I think it should be term limits.
I do too. Now I agree with you. It should be term limits. You shouldn't be able to stay in there for 60 years. That's ridiculous. 70 years. And you can't even talk anymore. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
You
I
know?
don't either. But
I
we
mean,
Yeah, I don't
that
agree with it
man,
either. I think they should have a time limit, a term limit,
they
just
should
like
have
a
a time
president has a
limit.
term
A
limit.
term limit. Listen, he's incompetent right now. He can't even stand up without falling. How you gonna make decisions for people?
He belongs in the old folks'
Listen,
home.
listen. Look at Joe Biden, bro. Joe Biden shouldn't have been the president.
I agree.
He was walking in different directions. That's like, oh, we
And he
over
also
here.
fell
He'd
down
just
when he went
walk
on.
off.
let me
He
okay,
fell
but
down too.
I got this.
Yeah, he did.
From
Yeah, he did.
from 1979 to 1980, a consultant on international development. So that's what all this USA money going out is supposedly to help develop other nations, right? Who was a consultant there from 1979 to 1980? One Stanley Ann Dunham, otherwise known as Obama's mom.
Wow, that's deep.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
What? Say that again, cousin.
It has
Listen,
been it has
listen,
been
Hey Nation, y'all need to hear this.
it has been said by some people. I don't know if it's true. It's not something I looked into, but it has been said that
So
this boy
allegedly.
that allegedly his mom was some sort of CIA whatever. But I do know 1979 to 1980 she was the consultant on international development for US aid. And if you think about if the places that she traveled, the countries that she's lived in, I kind of see where Trump is coming from on the suspicion of Obama.
Mm-hmm. I can see that too.
Okay. Now I can see it. Now I can see it. That's deep.
Incoming right now, cousin. Look at this.
You about to put it up here?
I just
'Cause you
sent
know
it.
you can share. You just sent it to me?
Yeah.
Can you send it to me too? Can you send it to me, Thaddeus?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Oh, this is crazy. Wow.
Can I ask both of y'all a question? What do you
This
think is the difference between what do you think is the difference between globalism and nationalism?
The same, just on different scales.
Globalism, a lot of the politicians are globalists. Trump is a nationalist. That's the difference.
Right.
Nationalists concerned with what's in a country. Globalism, they go ahead.
But that's why I say it's really the same thing, just different scale. Naturalism, smaller scale, because you're focused on this. Globalism, everything.
Yeah, but globalism, we don't benefit off of globalism. It really hurts us because we got that's what we experienced throughout these years was the backlash of globalism.
Right.
That's why we had illegal immigration, because a lot of globalist politicians, they support illegal immigration.
Wow. I'm just looking at this what you sent me. This is crazy.
I'm
wow.
also gonna send all the papers she wrote. This shit here is crazy. A lot of these people don't pop up out of nowhere, and that's the part that I don't think a lot of people don't get. Drake, the rapper, didn't pop up out of nowhere. Look at who his grandparents are, the Jewish side.
Yeah, I saw that.
These
I
people, you don't just, it's, sometimes you need to just take a second look.
Yeah, plus Barack Obama, I don't know if y'all know that. I think y'all do know. Barack Obama is related to Dick Cheney and the Bushes. They are
Yeah,
related.
Yes,
They're
but
cousins.
right, they related. Listen, this is way deeper than that. This has got something to do with the queen,
Oh, because
They're
he's
related to her
his
too. They're
mama.
related to her too.
right.
Their bloodline goes back to King
Yes, they
George.
are. That's what I'm saying. It's deeper than that.
Now, what I sent just
It's
now,
definitely deeper than that.
what I've sent you
Yeah.
right now is her works
You see it,
between
Daniel? I sent it to you.
19
Okay, I'm gonna look at it later on when I get a chance.
between
We'll see.
1973 and 1994, all the different papers and places that she worked. Look at the places that she worked.
That's insane, bro.
Rural Development Consultant to the Agricultural Development Bank of Pakistan. Research Coordinator and Consultant to the Bank of Rakyat, Indonesia. 3 separate contracts funded by the World Bank and USAID, or USAID, in microfinance.
That's insane.
But she was married to somebody from Indonesia, named Santora. Is I'm saying it right? Santora?
Soweto.
Huh?
Soweto.
Yeah. That was Barack Obama's stepfather.
But it was. But really it was about her.
What I'm saying is, who is this white woman?
What happened?
Who is this white woman who travels the globe having babies with brown people in different countries? Then think about how Obama's father came into the country through that program with Harry Belafonte and them had going on. That's how Obama father got here, through another USAID program, letting the African kids come over here to go to school, go to college. So you can't tell me that these. I believe that these are coincidences myself.
No, there's no coincidence.
They're not coincidence. It can't be. Man, this is deep. This is deep. But let me say, because we got to get into a lot of this stuff later, you know. But do you all agree with the fact that FBA, we're locking everybody out of our circle at this point? So we're really taking the advice of the fact that Claude Anderson and everybody that said they said we didn't have friends, and now we finally believe we don't.
Yeah, Dr. John Henry Clark said we had no friends. He also said that.
All of them said it. He also said it. All of them. So do you think we're doing the right thing by locking everybody out and not fighting for anyone and not letting anybody share our culture anymore?
I would say this is the best revolutionary move we ever made. Yes, I agree with it. This is the best move, one of the best moves we ever made as an ethnic group.
I agree with you. And the thing is, we're not marching. We're not doing none of that.
I'm not in a marching band, so I'm not marching nowhere. That method clearly just get rocks thrown at you. I can't say there was never any progress from it, but I just don't think that's the way for today.
Well, they got more progress through boycotting. That's where the real progress came from, not through marching.
I believe so too.
It came from boycotting. And now that we're getting all on the same page, we can boycott now. And we ain't even got to show up nowhere. All we got to do is don't show up nowhere.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, all we have to do is put our money in black banks, black union stations. So, yes, I think we getting there. It's going to take some time, but we definitely getting there.
Well, we definitely made the first step. We definitely made the first step of what we're doing now.
Irv God has officially passed away.
Who?
Irv Gotti.
Oh, Irv Gotti
Who?
passed away. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. I saw that earlier. Yeah. I saw that earlier. Yeah. How old was he?
54. That's young.
Very young. Very young. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. You know. But yeah.
Oh, Neely Fuller
But
passed
anyway,
away
so
too, I think. You
He
heard of
did.
Neely Fuller?
Nelly Fuller Jr. did pass away, I believe, yesterday or the day before.
he did
Yes.
yesterday. Yeah, one of yep. Yep.
Rest
Yeah,
in
he's
peace.
an ancestor
I
now.
definitely saw that. Yeah. So we got to hold it together. We got to stay together, and we got to keep doing our podcast because we kind of fell off for about 8 months, and we just got to keep coming in and see enlighten the people. And like that's what you was doing. Queen's honesty. I call her cuz, but she really the queen. But the bottom line is, yeah, you gotta keep enlightening these people and giving them this information. We didn't know this. 600 million. We
It's
didn't
more
know
money
that.
than. I'm trying to find some of the spreadsheets. I didn't save them like I usually do, but I'm gonna find some. And when you see how much, 55 billion to Africans over a 2-year span. 55 billion. Okay, here's one. A
You
good
said
one.
55 billion?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Environmental Defense Fund. 502 million. And it shows you how much taxpayer funds went to each thing. So 4 million for this.
Okay.
Bill and Hillary Clinton taxpayer funds 17. So that's not bad. Grants given
So their whole objective is
million. This is a cash cow for everybody.
so they do this. So you get it. So you do this to other countries, so that other countries can owe you, and then they have to do what you say, basically.
Somewhat.
So China's kind of using that same method right now with Ghana and some of the
Yeah, that's
African
true.
countries.
You
Yeah.
see where the U.S. failed at. You remember some months ago when the U.S. was getting kicked out of one of those African countries, and the Russians landed on that base, and they were on the same base but in different buildings. The U.S. built it. I'd have blew it up. Russia would have had to buy their own, built their own damn base. I wouldn't have left it there for them. I'd have blew it up. Me.
It was
Yeah, then I found out what
right? Was that where was that at? That was in was that Niger?
was that Nigeria? Was it Ghana? Was it?
No, it wasn't Nigeria. It wasn't Burkina Faso because
It wasn't Nigeria because they're still selling out everybody around them. So if you have a meeting with Russia or with China, Nigeria.
Was it South Africa?
No, it wasn't South Africa either. I'll find it. But
no,
if Nigeria,
I'm telling you right now, it's Niger.
Just like the slave trade, they're still the coon in the situation. The Nigerians.
That's true.
If any of their neighboring countries have meetings with leaders, they get on the phone and tell the U.S. right away, and the U.S. send them millions of dollars that their people never see. I don't want to run a country where I'm riding by rich and my whole country poor.
Yeah, I also want to talk about the. I found out that the year return was really about using FBA to get money out of FBA to help them pay that debt that they owe China.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But y'all go ahead. Let me grab this thing because I got a question about Dr. Umar, what y'all think about him. But anyway, y'all go ahead. Give me like 5 seconds. Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, the year of return, they deceived a lot of our people with the year of return, making like they want us to come home.
No,
But
it
you're
was
not welcome home when you go over there. You're treated like you're a foreigner. Or they
it's
see you as a dollar sign.
well. So why would we, as Black Americans, think that these people wouldn't use us the same way as the rest of the world because they know we drive a dollar? Film,
Yeah.
business, tourism. Once we say something is a thing, it becomes a thing. So why wouldn't they use us, brother, sister, come home, so that we could say, "Oh, it was wonderful there, and I feel connected to some roots or whatever," because then other people will go. It's a tourism ploy. That's it.
It
That's
is. It is. It is. They also got the Mina Castle, the slave dungeons, and they got FBA paying them to do tours in that dungeon to revisit some trauma. You know what I'm
that
saying?
that they quote unquote sold you from in the first place. So the
Yes.
sort of
In
story
Ghana?
supposedly.
Oh, you talking about from Ghana?
Yes.
Y'all
Yes. I'm
talking
talking
about
about
that? Y'all
Ghana.
talking about Ghana?
Yes, we talking about Ghana.
Oh wow, yeah, you tell me about that. That's a damn shame. Mm-hmm.
Because I
But
remember one of them
back,
when I was over there, one
let's
one of
talk
them
about
asking
what
me,
y'all think about Dr. Umar.
well,
Go
Omar,
ahead,
Dr.
Daniel.
Omar
But I
claimed
want to
that
talk
he was
about
related
Umar.
to, yeah, I was going to say about Dr. Omar said he was related to Frederick Douglass, but the family of Frederick Douglass said that he's not related to them.
But
So,
did
you
they
know,
do?
I think he's
Yeah,
a
I'm
race
cool.
hustler.
But listen, but
I'm cool with that.
did they do the research to know? If not, because maybe he did the research and that's what he came across. Did they do the research to dispel what he's saying?
I mean, according to them, they
Right,
did,
right.
according to them, you know.
But my question is about this Pan Africanism bullshit, because that's what I think it is bullshit.
It is. It's a pipe dream.
What
They
is
don't
it?
even back.
I'm actually sick of it.
Me
It's the
too.
burning building that Martin Luther King was talking about.
Yep.
One of the burning buildings.
Pan African. They don't even practice Pan Africanism on the African continent.
Exactly. Because what incentive do they have for that?
It's a pipe dream.
Right.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: Africa has always received from us.
Yep.
They've received from us. They never given us shit.
Nope. They never did anything for us.
Think about it. They've never given us shit. Everything that Africa tried to do, they charge us for it. If we want to
That's
come down there
facts.
to visit, they charge us. If we want to go visit the place where the ancestors were forced to do something, they charge us to even go see that shit.
That's true.
They never
That's
gave
facts.
us nothing. We came over there off our backs and off our plates. They came over here and was able to get free education. Even
Yep.
the food stamp stuff, whatever they call that crap. They was able to get that. Hey, here's the thing: you get sick, you go to the hospital. They gonna take you. Let's just keep it a buck. They gonna take you. In Chicago, you go to the hospital, they gonna take you.
That's true.
You know, they ain't gonna let you just sit out there and die and shit. Right?
But we
So
did
once you go to
another
the
thing. We
hospital
did stuff.
and they can't give
We
you,
always
if they
did.
can't, if you go to the hospital and they can't give you and you don't have insurance, what happens is they bring a lady that comes around to you. This is a true fact. And she will sign your ass up for out of one of these programs that gives you insurance with the system of Chicago. That's what they do. So they charge that group or that insurance company, and they turn around and pay the hospital for you being there. And they did this for all the immigrants. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's
So the
true.
insurance company made money off immigrants. They made money off immigrants, bro.
That's facts.
And so does
And
the
then, and
hospital.
another thing, you can't go to these different their countries. If you need medical help, you're going to get it. Matter of fact, because there was a situation, I forget what South American country, Tyler Perry, the American couple was down there. They had a medical situation, and they didn't have the money to pay for the bill. They were stuck over there. They was going to sprint. But Tyler Perry came out of his pocket and paid their bill. If he wouldn't have paid their bill, they'd have been stranded over there.
They would have let him die.
Yes.
That's crazy. And but you want to go and come here and fly your Mexican flag and your Nigerian flag and your Ghana flag and your Kenya flag. You want to bring your ass here and fly these flags. That shit is crazy to me. No,
that's crazy to me
it just
too.
goes back to pissing me off. That just pissing me off. You know, my father was a fucking veteran. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this is crazy. They in America doing this shit.
Yeah, and they got the nerve to put audacity. They wave their flag, and they know they got better. They would have a better situation if they lived over here, versus their poop hole countries. I'm gonna say.
That's why they here. But that's why they here. That's why I couldn't understand. I said, why in the fuck is Nigeria flying the Nigerian flag going down the street? But Trump.
But he don't want to. That same person.
What about Trump? I'm with Trump. I'm gonna tell y'all this shit right now. I don't agree with everything nobody does. Is he racist? I don't know. I ain't seen. But I think everybody got a little bit of racism in them.
That's right.
Let's call for what it is. I mean, black people, we got a little bit of that in us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, Trump admitted it when Trump debated Joe Biden.
We rather hear when a motherfucker do a shooting. When a motherfucker do a shooting, we be praying to God that motherfucker ain't black. The FBA.
That's true. But I was gonna say, Trump when Trump debated Joe Biden, he told him, he said, "I'm the least racist." That's what he told Joe Biden. He said, "You call me racist, but I'm the least racist." He was honest.
But with the two of them standing there, he is actually correct, because a lot of people don't understand some of the things that may not have been publicized. He's a damn white man. What you think? Yeah, racist stuff is gonna come out his mouth, and his thinking might be more his people the way that it should. But
that's right.
But and that's the same way we should have always been thinking. But if you think in terms of what some of the black people that are popular in our community, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, the things he's done for them and how they speak highly of them. He was always
Jennifer Hudson. He did good things for Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson.
Hold up. Listen.
Her mom and them were killed.
Let her. Yeah. But he supported all of them.
No, he supported them
Michael Jackson didn't do that shit
at a specific time when they were down bad, and he was watching the media. They trying to tear them down. Oh, he's a rapist. Oh, he touched kids, because he knows that. He knows the people that do that and tarnish you and ruin you. And he has always looked out for him. That's why Rudy Giuliani went through the ringer. When he alcoholic, needed to hide out. Hey, come get your room at Mar-a-Lago till you get your stuff together. He did the same thing for Michael Jackson.
Right.
Stayed at his house, hid out, so you don't have to be in public because they're trying to persecute you right now. He did the same thing.
Matter of fact, he defended Michael Jackson. He didn't throw Michael Jackson under the bus.
He loved it.
He said, this is what Trump said about Michael Jackson. He said, he never molested none of my children. He never molested none of my children. My children play with him. He never molested none of my kids.
Right.
And he was spending the night over there staying.
But you know, but you know who talked? You know who was all for the prosecution?
Mike Tyson as well. Same thing.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
She spoke out against Michael. And then they want to get mad at Janet, who's an FBA, and she's one of the her family is one of the founding members of our generation of FBA. And she spoke out and said, I don't know if she's black or not.
Yep.
And they tried to turn on her. Yeah, D.L. Hughley and them. Oh, weak ass nigga.
Yep. Boule nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Greek fraternity nigga.
Yeah. Speak on it, my brother. Let the truth be known about this shit.
And also, Donald Trump,
Oh my
when
God.
Jesse Jackson ran for president, he donated money to his campaign.
Sure did.
We're not
Sure
talking
did.
about Jesse
I think that
and his popcorn shaking ass right now.
yeah.
You seen that
But
basketball?
Jesse did
They
some
had
good stuff. I ain't mad at
he
you.
had the popcorn on the ground. That picture lives rent free in my head.
Yeah, but
But I never really heard. I never heard Jesse Jackson speak
don't he?
anything ill about Donald Trump. I never heard it. Maybe I could be wrong. The only person I heard talk about ill is Al
I haven't
Sharpton.
either.
You know why?
Sharpton.
You know why?
He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
And he gave money to Al Sharpton.
Because they used to be cool.
They sure did. They used to be real tight
But
back when Al
why?
and used to wear the little
They was
tracksuit
cool. What
and
happened?
the gold medallion.
Yeah.
It was cool back then.
Yeah. Right. What happened?
Well, you get old.
Allegedly.
No.
Allegedly.
But what I'm saying is Jesse Jackson.
What happened?
I've come across professors in college who teach who this man really was. So I don't know. Jesse Jackson is a whole podcast by himself.
Mm.
Oh yeah, he is. I agree. Yeah, Jesse was a Chicago man. He wasn't no joke. Jesse literally was no joke.
Hosea Williams out of Atlanta. The Portia Williams on Real Housewives of Atlanta. His granddaughter on that show, Hosea Williams. You ever saw the interview where he's talking about what happened the day King was shot and how they kicked Jesse out of there because the performative stuff and the theatrics, and they said he left the state, and the next day they saw him on the news with the same shirt on with Martin Luther King blood all over it.
Yeah, he did do one thing.
He was purposely rubbing the blood on his shirt.
Yeah, he did do that. That's true. The King family was upset with him about that. That he took the blood off his Martin Luther King body, rubbing his shirt, and said he died in his arms. Lies said he died in his arms. He did do that. That's facts.
Yes.
Well, I mean, listen. The bottom line is too, man, is that a good friend of mine, man, is Jesse Jackson Jr. And I hate what happened to him, but he was a good dude, though. You know what I mean? He was a good dude. And old girl kind of pulled him down, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But again, so you all agree that y'all happy that they are deporting these people out of here?
Yes, sir. We don't benefit them. We don't benefit from illegal immigration. We don't benefit from it. It's a detriment to us.
So what about you, cousin? It is a detriment. It is. And then you got these kind of people like that are trying to attack our culture.
Lying saying we don't have no culture.
Right.
This is how I feel. Right. Okay. As a human, I understand people's need and want to feed themselves and to do better and want a better life. I don't agree with the illegal immigration in the aspect that it shouldn't hurt the natives. And because we are Black, people don't look at us like natives. Another talking point of these people who are being deported now is, oh, they said that you're only 3/5 of a man. And it says, and this is exactly why this fight is your own. You got to remember, these people participated in lynchings of Black people. Anything.
Sure did.
To be seen as white. These people have said time and time again.
Right.
What they think of us. When they quote, oh, we helped you during slavery, the time that they're talking about during the 1800s, the president of Mexico was Black during that time. Why would he
Tariq Nasheed.
People?
Yeah,
why would he not let his people in?
Right.
Not only that, Tariq Nasheed, I was
That's
watching his
true.
channel today. He broke that down, but it wasn't what they said it was. That
I,
they exaggerated that situation. Tariq
I
Nasheed broke it down on his channel.
I know that through
Yeah, he
reading.
did.
I didn't see Tariq Nasheed's thing.
Right,
I
right.
just
Yeah. Hey, listen, Cuz is an historian. That's why she on here. The Queen is an
Mm-hmm.
historian. We go ahead, Queen. Let them know. She's
And they also
brilliant,
had
bro.
slavery in
For real.
Mexico. They had slavery in Mexico. So what are they talking about?
they did because Mexico is also not monolith. There isn't just one particular race there. You have these people that came from Spain. You have these people who descend from the Olmecs, and where did the Olmecs come from? They were there because of trade. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing that I think and how
Right,
they ended up in
right,
Mexico was if you leave the African continent, if you think about what was going on during that time, this is before the second slavery. So the first was the Arab slavery. So
That's true. Mm-hmm.
in order to avoid being caught up on the Atlantic side, when you're trying to go down into other regions to do trade and you want to avoid the Arabs to avoid ending up in slavery, then you go to the Pacific and go down to totally
right.
avoid that. And I
Yeah,
think
that makes sense. That makes
that
sense.
that's my belief on the California story that they try to say is not true. The story of Califia. This is how the Olmec heads and pyramids.
Pyramids. They had pyramids too.
This is the reason why that makes sense to me. I think that black people
Yeah,
don't understand that it's harmful to your kids' future. I don't want to be harsh, but at the same time, I want to be harsh. All of your kids are not talented in the area of being content creators and basketball players and rappers and twerkers and whatever
right,
else. No one wants to be a doctor anymore. We need
right.
those.
We need those.
No one
Yeah,
wants
we
to
need
be a
people.
scientist anymore. We need those.
Yeah, we need people in
Right,
STEM. We do got people in STEM, but we need more people in STEM.
Exactly. So my thing is, those should be the focus, like the rebuilding. You don't have a black neighborhood no more if your neighborhood is now 95% illegal or legal Mexicans, and there's one or two black homes on the street. I watched my neighborhood become that. I can tell you when the first Mexicans started popping up in black neighborhoods when I was a kid. They weren't there.
right.
Like me, I didn't see a
So Dad,
Mexican in
let me ask you
Philly
this:
until the early '90s.
do you see listen, go to the chat. Um, I'm gonna post somebody in the chat. You see it? Y'all see the chat?
That's facts. That's true. I agree with that. We are more American than anyone because we were here before all of them. That's facts.
That is
Ricardo
very
That's a
Ricardo
fact.
Flott, you're right. You're correct.
You right. You right, brother. And here's another brother right
This
here.
is why no other group of
Um,
people written into the Constitution. Why there
he
isn't
said
anything
FBA
about
is this is what he said. Look at what he said. Look at what he said.
it's a grift if you're asking for money. That's a grift.
What the whole thing is this right here. Obviously, he doesn't understand what it is.
Nah,
What's
you got
his
to look at
name?
the background because if
It's a
he's
lineage. It's a lineage. He don't understand it's a lineage.
this is
Right,
somebody
but
probably is gonna have a problem due to the stance that foundational Black Americans take. It's a grift. How is it a grift? We're not selling anything. We're saying we're going to
right.
stay to ourselves and fix ourselves, and we're not worried about no one else. So how is
I
it a grift?
wouldn't be surprised he's a tether,
Correct.
I
a
think
hating tether,
that's what I think is the case.
It sound like a tether. Hey, listen. What's
a
his
hateful
name?
tether.
Maggot. Hey, one maggot brain. Are you a tether? Where you from, brother? Come on up. Come on, talk to us. One maggot brain. Come on up and talk to us. You know what I'm saying? But here's my man again, spitting that knowledge. See, he's spitting that knowledge. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
You notice he said
Hey, listen,
we
we
were
just
here
did.
before all of them. That's facts.
But okay, don't get mistaken. Which
That's a
we
fact.
are you referring to? Are you referring to Mexicans because they feel like this is
No,
their?
they weren't.
Are they talking about Black Americans?
Foundational Black Americans were more American than
Well,
anybody else.
it's about 5 minutes. Well, here we go. Put it in. Ask the question in the chat. Type it in there, cousin. Ask the question in the chat. Who
It's not.
is he referring to?
I don't know if I here.
Yeah, you can.
All you got to do is click on chat at the bottom.
I see. Ricardo cooking tonight, huh?
Yeah, he cooking. Yeah, he cooking tonight. Yeah. Then one maggot brain came in with that. Tomorrow, wake up.
Yeah, I think he's a tether. I think Mega Brain is a tether.
More than likely.
Yeah. Okay, click on him. Yeah, let's click on him and find out who he is. He don't want to come up though, because I surely put it in the chat where you can come up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But did you put the question in there? I'm asking.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. You know, and that's what we got. We got to start putting in work, yo. So the days that we gonna do this is gonna be what days?
Whatever's a good day for you. I don't.
Monday and Thursday. Cause
Okay, that's cool.
Because they do it Monday. No, Monday, and we gonna pre-record on Wednesday, or we'll pre-record on Tuesday. We do Monday. Which one we doing live, cousin? Oh, she typing. What's the best thing to do live? I think it's Tuesday. We do live. Wednesday we'll pre-record, and we'll air it on Sunday. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm gonna look up the analysis, and yeah, she in there putting in work. There she go. Right, she putting in work on him. Let's see what he responds. He he might respond. You know. Mm-hmm. So Daniel, you got to punch the clock tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, I do. But I was saying you do got some FBAs that got Spanish names and they're not Spanish at all. Like I have a friend of mine named Carlos. That's a Spanish name, but he's FBA all the way. He had no ties to Spain.
Okay. Oh, right. Hey, listen. I got a one of my guys, man. His name is Jose.
Wow.
And the truth of the matter is, man, he's FBA, but you know his mom. Listen, his father was in was you know he fought in the wars.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was in 1960, you know, he met, you know, whoever his mama was, and then they brought her. He brought her here to America. That was in 1957.
Oh, okay. Yeah, stuff like that happens.
They had like four or five kids. They grown and married. Matter of fact, he was in the Navy.
Wow.
He's a black dude. He was in the Navy.
Wow.
A brother. Yeah.
That happens a lot in the Navy.
So
a lot of
that
happens a lot. That's
1957. Yeah, it does. With especially with it happens with military people.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
big time.
And right.
Especially the Navy, boy. It's like a lot of Filipino and blacks and be going together, getting married. A lot of black people, a lot of Navy go to the Philippines and they be marrying the women over there, having children by them and everything.
True. Right. That's true.
Well,
You know,
that's why they said they were going to
man,
implement
I,
Chinese men not being able to come over there unless they're married because they're smart. Like I said, they play the long game. So if we send our men over here to work and
They
we
play
have
the long
businesses
game.
here, then and we impregnate the women, when you come back in 20 years, you have a village full of black Chinese, African Chinese.
yep. But
They
Yeah,
you know
they
they've
what's
been they've
they
been
crazy?
impregnating some of the
The
women on the
difference,
continent. They was messing with some of the
but
women on
the
the continent.
but the
now, some of them, yeah.
but the
It's
difference between China and us is this, cousin. They got one president who stays in office and who implements his plan. We don't. We got four years, and then we bring another president who changed the whole goddamn plan. I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
yeah.
They in 4 years, if Trump does all this stuff and get everything on course, we get a Democrat president come in and fuck it all up.
And when we start over again, that's the thing I don't like.
And we start over again. So should we or should we not have a president that can stay in there 12, 16 years? Right? Because if Trump get everything on track and he gets all the deportations done and FBA begins to benefit like it should, and we get reparations, we get all this stuff. What happens
And he get rid of the
in
income
4
tax.
years and
But if he get rid of
all of that,
and they get
and
rid,
4 years
if they
later,
decide, if
they
they
come
decide
in
to
here
separate,
and they fucking change it back.
it will also end the welfare program because they think we the ones that
It's gonna end the welfare program. But what I'm saying is,
We don't
what if
benefit
he
like
does
people
it
think
and
we
in
offer that.
I know this. You know
like
this.
I said, if he does it, and in 4 years they come back and redo it again.
Yeah, that's the scary
That's the
part.
problem we have.
That is a problem.
What happens if they come and they come in and say, hey, you know what? Fuck what Trump did. We overturning all his executive orders. We doing this, we doing that.
That already happened.
Overturn
That already
everything.
happened.
And we go back to opening up the borders, doing this and doing that. What happens then?
Yeah, that's the scary
This is the
part.
problem that we have as Americans. So why come we can't have a president who does a good job and we vote him in for 12 years in a row?
Yeah, I agree. If he does a good job, he
16
should be able
years
to
in a
stay in there
row.
for a while so he could really complete the goal. If he
He
does
should
a
be-
real good job.
He should be able to run again,
Yeah, I agree.
right? So
Yeah,
the
I
reason
agree.
we lose to Russia and we lose to China is because their presidents stay in there with their plan for decades.
Yep, and they're allowed to run as much as they want.
And ours keep changing.
Yeah. They're only allowed to do 2 terms. They're only allowed to do two terms.
Listen, another president comes in 4 years. Let's just say he's a fucking liberal and he changes every fucking thing and all the shit that Trump did.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like.
That's the thing I don't like either.
I'll tell you what though, they do need to change the rule
I ain't gonna
that they could run
They
more
got to.
they can run much as they want. You know what I'm saying? But they got to win the election
I
though.
think you
You
should
know what
be
I'm
at
saying?
least. But I think I do too. But I think you should be able to do as the president of the United States. I think you should be able to do 16 years.
Yeah. Because 4 years ain't enough to really change nothing. It's really not enough.
Right. So if stuff is rolling, right, and everything is changing, everybody's gone, they did the deportation, everybody got jobs, everything is buying America, and then 4 years
The
later,
economy is just booming.
They come in 4 years and he loses and they open everything back up. Because now it's like, oh, he can't run again. He can't run again. So you get another guy that comes in and he changes every fucking thing.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like.
It's wide open. You feel me? He opened the border right back up.
Then he brings back the IRS again. Bring back the income tax again.
Oh, listen, he when he comes in, they undercut the FBA jobs. So the young generation is again going through the same thing that we went through before.
Probably even worse.
Probably even worse. You know? Okay.
But I heard somebody said if he does do a real good job, people might not vote Democrat no more after that.
It doesn't matter. You can get an asshole Republican.
That's true too. They get that ass. They got assholes on both sides.
Bro, you can get a Republican who has Democratic and liberal views.
That's true. And you got some Republicans that do support illegal immigration. George Bush Jr. I think George Bush Jr. supported that, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
Senior too.
But you gotta remember the difference between certain Republicans and certain Democrats is they don't agree with homosexuality. They're about Christianity. Other than that, they liberal.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. So their stuff is tied into religious views.
Yeah.
Right? But after those 3, 4, 5 points of religious views, they open to anything.
Yeah. And then another thing, if they're globalists, whether they Democrat or Republican, they're gonna open the borders anyway.
Anyway, they're gonna open the borders anyway. You know what I'm saying?
If they're globalists,
anyway,
that's if they're globalists.
We're gonna cut it short. Peace, happiness, FBA, make it pop. You feel me? And then we're gonna get back on here on what's today? Today is
Wednesday going on Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday now.
Right.
It's Thursday now.
Thursday. Right. So we'll pop back on
Thursday morning.
Yeah, we pop back on probably tomorrow and do a pre podcast. All right.
Okay. I wonder what happened with the question. Right, did she get a response? Did she get a response?
No, they didn't respond, but he put it in there. We good, bro. We good.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right, my brother and sister.
Thanks to everybody for joining and participating with us tonight. We're going to get it in. And if you got something to say it. We are definitely open and to talking to everybody. But this is our belief. We are FBA. And as FBA people, we want FBA to get to a point that this is who we are. And we are not going to back down, and we are not supporting other people's stuff. And that's just real. And we have friends of ours who are pro-African and pro that. And like I said before, you love Africa, move your ass to Africa.
I told the individual that I said, since you hate it here, you hate it here. You could, and I told him, ain't nobody stopping you from moving to Africa. You got a passport. You could just leave.
Dr. Umar, you want to lobby for Africans? Move your ass to Africa.
Yeah, move you behind over there.
Right. You know, stop hitting, you know what I'm saying, FBA for money for your school.
Yeah.
Lobby for them motherfuckers over there, bro. I mean, for real though.
Me personally, I've been to Africa. I love it over there. I love America better, way better.
Let me tell you something.
Good thing about Africa, they got that good old hot weather. That's it. And they got their food is good. Other than that, I like it over here. I love America.
You want to see these clowns act up? Let Trump get in there and say, you know what? If you get a dual citizenship, you got to stay there for a year and a half.
They'll go crazy. Tell them 10 years.
You got to stay there for 5 years in their country. And that includes Israel. What you think?
Yep.
What you think these fucking people gonna do? They gonna get on the plane. They gonna cut up this shit. Dual citizenship. They be like, man, I want that shit.
They ain't gonna want to deal with that power outage stuff.
No. And black women, we're gonna talk to y'all too about running over there thinking y'all gonna find a husband. Cause y'all be doing that dumb shit too. But listen, peace, family. FBA for life, because that's who we are.
Yes, sir. Peace. Peace to the family.